Welcome to this series where we are taking a look at the 1.14 update for Empyrion Galactic Survival. In the last part, we were rebuilding our capital vessel to make it possibly a little bit more capable of taking on the legacy. And you can see what I've been doing since the end of the video is I've done a little bit. I've put in a lot more extra storage in this area. Apologies that I haven't got round to texturing. The reason for that is I haven't really got into the final form yet. The other thing I've also done is we've now got another advanced constructor and a small constructor here to kind of increase our production process. If I come out here now to show you the exterior of the ship, what we're going to do, what you can see here is this area now is all been kind of put in place, but I haven't really yet finished off the outer side. It's all a bit kind of scruffy at the moment, mainly because at the moment I'm still not 100% certain about what I want to do in certain areas, especially with the shaping down of the ship here. You can see what we've got now is our actual capital vessel defense weapons on here. What we got is rocket launchers, and I think these are the weapons that we extracted from the lone CV. What I've also done is put some turrets on the top in the form of laser turrets, plasma turrets. We've still got cannons at the back here, and underneath we've got another laser turret and a couple of miniguns, mainly for local defense. What I probably will do eventually is put another turret underneath there, but at the moment I'm still kind of building up that resources. Now what I want to do in this part is I want to go up into space and see if we can test the ship for being airtight. So that's the first thing we're going to do, and then what we'll probably do is skip another system in the direction of Yara. So if we go up in here, jump into the pilot's seat, turn the thrusters on, because we are going to need to stack up some more resources. We also need a lot more taxid. We need to make more fuel. In fact, I think what I will do while I'm thinking about it is go to input, flip view to fuel, and what we will do is knock out, say, another 100 of these. See if we can get them all out, because we are burning through quite a lot of fuel as well. Don't think we're going to need the shields at the moment. The ship's got a little bit more lift because that advanced jet thruster, which I lifted from the loaner CV, I've actually installed behind the rear thrusters, but down to give more lift. So that's the reason why we're being able to get up into space relatively quickly. I'm not sure what we got in the system. We've got pentaxid, but we've mined that one out. I don't think so. What we're going to need to do is go in the direction of legacy space, which, if I turn on the territories, is over in that direction. So what I'm looking at is possibly another K. That's too far. Another K base system there. How far away? You're 41. There's an L system there. I don't want to get too much. I still want to stick. Actually, oh, well, we can go there first while we go there. So we're just going to jump to this system. If we can find the actual tag. I thought I'd selected it. Oh, there it is over there. The game can be a bit odd sometimes. You know, like you select a target and it doesn't really let you go in that direction. We still don't really have enough forward thrusters. But what I want to do is, as we move to a legacy space, we are going to practice on the maneuverability, because we are going to need the ship to be pretty maneuverable to be able to get what we're doing. So a quick look at the system here. We got a few possible useful systems here. What we got here? Got a barren moon. It's got pentaxid in it. That's another forest moon. I think we could do a little bit with this planet here. It's not exactly showing up as a little bit sector. Desert planet with a little bit of Promethium on it. Desert moon with pentaxid on it. Yeah, I think this could be a useful planet system to kind of operate in. We're just going to level up. It's got a little bit more variety on here. What I am going, whoops, what I'm going to do now is we're going to come into here, debug, show oxygen. That is good. Because the fact that we've got oxygen inside the ship, that means that we've got an airtight ship. And of course you can see the center of mass if you want to do it as well. These are all kind of quasi diagnostic type things. So we are looking good. I'm not going to put any plants out yet because one thing I want to do is rework these windows or this area of the ship. I might enclose it because we are going into combat mode. Probably don't really need the grow lights on, but I don't think they consume that much power. Anyway, we're going to get back into the ship. I would like to reinforce the front of the ship. So where are we going to go now to in this system? We've got lots of this is an asteroid field with some pentaxid and promethium in. Part of me says let's go check this out first just to get the pentaxid and the promethium. And then we'll skip to, I think we'll go to do a bit of asteroid mining first. And then we'll go back on the planet and do a bit more exploration. And we'll see if we can, how can you put it? Get somewhere where we can do a little bit more work on the ship. Yeah, we got ammunition. We need some more missiles. 129 aren't going to do us any good. Got plenty of that ammunition. If I show you the general ammunition, we don't really have enough charges there. We've got plenty of. We probably need some more bullets as well. But right, so we've got a few things in here. We'll start with the nearest one, and we'll fly in that direction. Don't want to waste the ammunition, so we can be a bit careful. And we'll fly towards this. Start with this asteroid. Right, we've got a Promethium asteroid. That we certainly want that. So we'll fly towards that one. It's interesting that we've got the asteroids out close to where we come in. So it makes you wonder what's actually in the center of this asteroid field. So we're just going to come here. Let's get in position, turn the thrusters off. I think we can leave the shields off for the moment. Take a chance. I'll grab this. I think there might be still some stuff in the auger, so we need to empty it. We've got a bit more. What I have created is a loot box now. We've got, so we can shove that in there. I've got all this ammunition, which I don't think is any good, but I'm kind of half hanging on to it in case it does become good. I suppose we could put a bit of oxygen in as well. We are going to need to pick up some ice as well on our travels, so that to make sure that we've got enough water and stuff. Right, so here we go. Welcome to the asteroid belt. And we're just gonna, right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna mine out as much of this Promethium as possible, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We've actually completely mined out this asteroid, even though there's a few. Oh no, there's a little bit still left over here. We'll see if we can pick up this as well. Yeah, I missed this little bit here, so we're just going to grab this. And the ship's nearly full, but that's okay. So that's it. We've got we've got loads and loads of stone. So this has given us another 2,729 Promethium. That should be enough to be going on with. But if I find another asteroid, while we're coming in here, you'll see that what I've actually done is use the alien blocks that I've recovered from the capital vessel to lock in round our rear thrusters. This has got two roles. One is to protect these thrusters, but more importantly, it's to prevent the opposition tunneling through from behind and destroying the warp drive, which of course would, in a serious situation, would remove our ability to, how can you say, get out of trouble quickly. What I would like to do possibly is move a couple of thrusters out away from the rear so that we could say emergency thrusters should we actually run into any other trouble. Right, I'm just going to put this in the loot box wherever it is. At the moment I'm just using the loot box as a general overflow. So right, what we're going to do is get back in and see if we can find Pentaxid. The other thing I've also done is I've swapped the windows that were in the top here for the heavy armored windows. I also found that there was a lot of carbon substrate around here, some of which I think is still here, but I need to toughen these steel blocks up as well, so that we got a bit more protection through the top of the ship. Anyway, so what we're going to do is thrusters back on. And we're just going to ping out. We've got asteroid 1818. Got 22 over there. Has anyone got one over there that's 8 kilometers away? So we're going to go this direction this time. Purely arbitrary choice, but you never know. Okay, we found a cobalt asteroid. I think we're okay for cobalt at the moment. Oops. Let's just get here. Level the ship off. Just let the ship stop so I can get out. We'll just see how much cobalt we've got at the moment. Oops. MSC inputs. We got 4,000 cobalt ingots. I think that's going to be enough to be going on with. Back to here. Right, we've got another asteroid 11 out that way, and I'll see you once we get there. Okay, welcome back. We've got titanium. I'm not sure how much titanium we've actually got, because I would like to harden up some of the blocks here. We've got, yeah, actually, I think maybe picking up some titanium would be quite useful, because what I'm going to need to do is there's lots and lots of steel blocks in the ship, and they're not as quite as good. And what I would like to do is be able to actually upgrade them to hardened steel blocks. So yeah, I think we'll stop here and pick up some titanium. We don't need a vast amount, but it'd be quite useful to get that. So we'll just jump in the auger again. You can see the titanium deposits just here. So I'm just going to go in and start mining all this up as well. I think what I'll probably do is take one auger load full, and that should be enough to be going on with. And again, I'll see you once I've actually mined up all the titanium. Okay, welcome back. I'm just tidying up a few little bits and pieces. I think I've got virtually all the main deposits out of here. Can't see any more. So there was about the equivalent of one auger load of titanium in this actual base here, so we're just going to flip the ship round. Always seems to end up upside down, and we're going to go into here. While I was actually mining, I was thinking that maybe I need to pick up a little bit more Sathium if there's an opportunity as well. We will need to pick up, refuel the ship. We got some small fuel packs we can use. And just transfer that over. You can see, well, we got a little bit of crushed stone. We don't really need that. I've got enough crushed stone to be going on with. I seriously doubt all that would go into there, but actually, put that back there. It's not miscellaneous one. Oops, what's that doing in that miss one? I think we can get into there. Keep that there and put the rest in the loot box like that. And then if we go to NS thing, miscellaneous one there, what we can do is it, yeah, we can start knocking out the titanium ore rods, to start turning all that into, use a small constructor to do the refining. Right, so we're going to get back to the cockpit and then we'll move on. I definitely would like the Pentaxid asteroid here, so just ping out the next one. Where are you? So we've come round in this circle. There's one over here in front of us somewhere, another 10 kilometers away. So off we go again, and again I'll see you once we get there. So here we are, we're just arrived, and we found the Pentaxid asteroid. This is the one that we definitely need, because this is the one that's going to give us all that lovely fuel that we're going to need for both the warp drive and also for our shields. So we're just going to jump in here. Thrusters on again. Oxygen. Should probably do with a little bit more oxygen in here as well while we're at it. We're definitely going to need to stop and find some water in the process, so we can make plenty of oxygen. It'd be embarrassing if I run out of oxygen. Although, unlike fuel, oxygen isn't. Oops, what happened there? Oxygen isn't as kind of mission critical with respect to game over. It just means that you just need to make sure you die in the right place so that you can get back to the ship and carry on, because the game will regenerate you with some oxygen. Anyway, we're just going to mine out the Pentaxid and I'll be right back. Okay, we've now filled up the ship. Get rid of that. But what I will do, Pentaxid is a lot heavier than the other elements, so it means that this will fill up the auger a lot quicker. Gotta find my capital vessel. Where are you? There you are, hiding from me. And we will go and just drop off. CV you into the loot box wherever it's gone. And that gives us over 1,000 Pentaxid, but there's still a lot more here that needs to be mined. So back to it, and I'll see you once I get finished. Okay, welcome back. I think we've got everything. Oh, it's a little smidge of Pentaxid there, which gave me nothing. Anyway, so we've now completely mined out that asteroid. The ship looks pretty awful actually from this point of view. We're upside down again. I think the final blocking in, actually, come to think of it, we're going to need to do in space, but I think what we're going to do is put down on a planet now and work on the rear of the ship, kind of encase this area here, and also work on the windows, because and we need to make sure that, because one of the problems I've got now is the fact that we got this big vast open interior space, which means that if it gets punctured, all my plants will die. So that could be a potential problem. Just click that over there. So what we're going to need to do is try and make probably get rid of this window here. Just take a quick look, make sure we turn the power off. Yep, good. Yeah, what we'll probably do is remove this window. We could put a door in here, but if I remember correctly, when I rebuilt the ship in the past, I had a real problem getting an airtight joint here. Anyway, let's just get back. Oops, we need some more. We need some more food. I want the auger. Luckily, I had a nice big stockpile of burgers and other stuff here. Get me through what I need to do. So just get back over here in the ship. And thrusters on. And I think it's now time to go and visit a planet. Which one are we going to go to? Got a temperate plateau. Ancient rare world that's proof of life's resilience. Says it's breathable. We'll go to Rue and check that out. And then we'll see how we can go. In fact, given the resources in this system, I think we'll probably finish the rebuild in this system, because we've got lots of different things we can flip round should we get short of resources. So here we are. Just ping out to see what's around. What have we got in the way of asteroids? Got a Sathium asteroid. Nice. It's good. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do a bit of the upgrading here, and that might, because then it means if we need Sathium, we can go to the asteroid and mine the Sathium. Anyway, we're going to head for the planet and see what we've got here, and I'll see you once we arrive. Okay, welcome back. We are just breaking through the atmosphere. We've just got ourselves another explorer's token. Wow. This could be interesting. What have we got on this? Oh, we got promethium. Got a little bit of gold, which could be useful. Platinum. Got some nice resources on this planet, actually. Magnesium. Magnesium is another resource which we really need to pick up, because we need it in some of the ammunition we're going to make. I think we need it, if I go into input ammunition, I think we need it for, I can't remember, was it the 150mm ammunition? Let me just see. Is it 150? Yep, 150 HMSL. So if we go back into here, go to input, go to there, you'll see these 150 need magnesium powder. So we're gonna need a great big pile of powder to get that, and promethium and esterium. I think we're okay for esterium gel. In fact, I think we're, if we flip to ammo, we're, I don't want to make, what's it, say we make about 30 of those. We might as well take advantage of the time now just to stock up on the various bits and pieces that we need. Right, I think we're going to look for a place to land, while at the same time looking for a magnesium deposit. That's pretty cool. Look, you've got a glacier coming out of the plateau there. Well, I presume it's a glacier because it looks like white, like snow. Anyway, we're going to keep going this way and see if we can pick up resources here. That's a small copper deposit. It's not much use. There's another deposit up over here. Obviously, the game likes its copper in one place. We got a cluster of resources up over here. We got a couple of kind of question marks there. I think we'll go and check out the question marks a bit just to see what we've got. Okay. Oh wow, we've actually got a proper building. We've got an abandoned mine and an abandoned bunker. Okay, it looks like we might have actually got some resources. Let me just find a place to put the ship down and then we'll kind of explore them. No. Maybe we can have a little bit of a distraction and go in and beat up the bunker, because to be honest, if we could destroy the core in the bunker, that would give us especially if it's got some nice combat steel blocks or something like that in it, that would help with the ship rebuild. It would mean that we won't have to spend a lot of time kind of making blocks and annoying things like that. So where's the merc? There it is. I thought I'd lost it then. I thought it might have dropped off the back. Power. We'll start with the abandoned bunker and take a quick look. See. Yeah, this looks pretty familiar. There should be some turrets. There they are. And there's another one just there. Get rid of you. Another one just there. Actually, go to the Gatling guns. I'm going to use the Gatling guns because I've got loads and loads of ammunition. And yeah, I don't have that much in the way of railgun ammunition, so we might as well use what we've got. There's another one just there. I think that takes out the defenses. There's just one left, which is just there. Now the actual core for the abandoned bunker is actually, I think it's under there. But you can't go in there because we've got to go in there and go all the way around. I suppose the question is, do we do it the quick way or the kind of correct way? Right, let me just reload this up and go and check. What is this? Got on the base, the Archie mine. Now, to be honest, that doesn't ring a bell, so I'm not exactly sure what this actually is. Oh, no, it's not what I recognise. This looks new to me, but there is a couple of turrets just there. Okay, anything else wants to fire at me? This looks like it's got quite a nice spread of loot on it. This looks new. So my instinct is So I think I'm liking the idea of clearing both of those. The abandoned bunker is familiar territory. I've done that many times, but this arcade mine thing is new, and I'm liking the look of it. So I got a feet. So I think, aha, very bad play. So I think what we're going to do in the next part is we're going to do this abandoned Archie mine, just for the fun of it, just for a change of pace, actually, to be honest. Anyway, let me just get back to here. Where just put the ship on the back. Let's park the Merc inside. Only MX5. Whoops. Not as close as I thought I was. Here we are. Power off. Right, I think I've got a little bit of time to do some work if I've got blocks. Okay, we got another explorer token. We need to trade those in. Main storage. I've got, so I think just to finish off, we're going to need to set the symmetry plane. We'll do that. Oops, is that damage? Yeah, I think we're just going to set the symmetry plane and say, just to finish off for 10 minutes or so, is just do some work on the back of the ship. But first we're going to need to do is set the symmetry plane. Oops. So we'll just come here, building, symmetry plane. And just have a trot round the back of the ship. And just obviously we want the back as tough as possible, so we will get here and we will, oops, thank you game, I always wanted that. We got blocks there. We got this kind of corner block here, which we can let me just see. I know the block I'm looking for. I've just got to see it amongst all these blocks here. I know I've said it before, but I've really got to spend some time getting back into the building. Okay, we need to flip that like that. Go up, up, and then rotate you into there. So that will give us that block there. I think what we'll do is we'll create a kind of a shield round the block so they can't get hit from the side. If I rotate you that way, oops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, where is it? What shape is it? That's it. That's what I'm looking for. So we will come down like that. What's that? Can't see it. Half the battle with doing things like this is okay, we'll put you there, you there, and we'll do the same, rotate you there. What that will do is, what we'll do is put a grill over the top of this. What I need now is it's like a pillar shape thingy. Wherefore art thou, game? It looks a bit like that, but I don't think that's the one. It might be. Let me just rotate this in. No, it needs to go to a point. So there's probably this one. Yep. Actually, it's not a point. Actually, I quite like that actually. So what that will do is give us a very big deflector shield on the back here. Now, what I could do is come back like that, so that this is a very, very, very tough. Has that got a... Okay, we're going to need to take out these blocks here, because that doesn't really fit. We can leave that. I will take you out as well on both sides, back to there. I'm going for maximum strength, to be honest, like that. So that will block in there. I think we'll take out these on this side like that. Got a little bit of a... Ooh, that's very, very... That's a lot more exposed than I thought it would be. Right, we're definitely going to need to block in this. It's not good. About this side. Yeah, this is going to have to come out. That breaks through into the back of there. So we're going to have to come out like that. And that on that side. Yeah, that was a little bit more. There's that thruster I was telling you about down the bottom here. Well, I'm happy with that. I think what we will do is want that. What? How did that flip? Want that. So that will strengthen up that bit there. I know it looks pretty awful, but to be honest, at the moment, seeing we're going up against the Legacy, the need for protection is probably outweighs the need for elegance. Actually, if we put you there, that fills that in there. Yeah, I think that will give me what I'm looking for. This could probably, but yeah, I think just to go, I mean, these aren't going to be that resilient, but if we put these across the bottom like that, that will cover up the alien block, so it kind of fits in a little bit more aesthetically. Yeah, that gives us a nice, really solid defense here. And then what all we really need now is some CV shuttered windows. Probably need to make a input, flip you to main storage, go to blocks, and what we want is make, what was it? We'll make 1, 2, 3, 4 more of those, and put one there, one in the center, and then Oops. We'll go 1, 2. And that will give, it won't give that much defense against a fully rear strike. Let me just get rid of the symmetry plate. It won't give 100% protection, but it will kind of soften up the overall effect. So we've got a really strong rear end. We need to build in this here. In fact, what I'll probably do is just get rid of this window. What type of blocks have we got here? Yeah, these are steel blocks, but we can harden these up. Actually, I could probably do it now. How much have I got in the way of get rid of view, make inputs, go there. No, it doesn't look like I've got any titanium plates. So if I do this and go here and say upgrade, it will say you need 10 titanium plates. So what we will do is upgrade this to hardened steel blocks and then possibly up to saphium eventually. This window we will replace, I think. Let me just remove it. Yeah, these are just a thin layer. So what I'll do is get rid of view, main storage, and what we'll do is we'll get a really thin vertical block there. Is this on this side? Let me just see. And we'll just drop that in there like that. That removes that window and that risk. Again, this isn't going to take a lot. It's not going to resist a vast amount of damage, but there's not much we can do about it. Let me just see what we got here. Is it 7? Yeah, so we got steel blocks here at the back as well, so we can toughen this up a little bit. I could take these blocks out and put solid blocks across, but I don't want the ship to look too ugly chunky. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.